I didn't expect Xun'er to be so magnanimous. She knew about the special relationship between Xiao Yan and Medusa, but she was not angry. Instead, she wanted to play matchmaker between Xiao Yan and Little Fairy Doctor. With a gentle smile, Xun'er said, "Let's go in first. This is the tranquil place where I cultivate, seldom disturbed by others. I think Brother Xiao Yan wouldn't prefer to go elsewhere." After everyone followed Xun'er into the bamboo house, they took their seats in the living room. "Your arrival at the Gu clan is much earlier than I expected," Ling sighed softly. He had thought Xiao Yan would need at least 20 years to visit the Gu clan, but he arrived in just about 10 years. "However, with the strength you have now, young Master Xiao Yan, you indeed have the qualifications to come to the Gu clan. Your arrival can also put Mrs. Mind at ease a bit," Ling continued. "As early as back then, someone suggested to bring the entire Xiao family back to the realm of Gu. As for the purpose, you probably have some understanding. Fortunately, Miss and some elders opposed it, which dispelled those guys' ideas. But this is only a temporary solution. Every year, someone proposes similar suggestions. To buy you more time, Miss chose to close herself in for long-term cultivation. In the Gu clan, bloodline is valued. The purer the bloodline, the heavier the weight of speech. Miss closed herself in for cultivation to enhance her voice, to suppress those who want to take action against the Xiao family. Although the road has been full of difficulties, Miss has succeeded in the end. Now her status in the Gu clan is such that even the elders have to bow when they see her. So the decision about the Xiao family has been suppressed by her until now." Saying this, Ling sighed, and then continued, "I know that young Master Xiao Yan must have gone through hardships to achieve today's success in just 10 years. But Miss has also paid a lot." Xun'er gently called out, "Ling Lao." Then she shook her head to indicate not to say any more. Ling laughed and said, "It seems that I, the old guy, have talked too much again." Xun'er said, "Brother Xiao Yan, tomorrow is the Gu clan's coming-of-age ceremony. In principle, it has nothing to do with the invited guests, but because you are a member of the Xiao clan and have a relationship with me, it will be related to you." Xun'er frowned slightly and continued, "According to the rules, the clan members participating in the coming-of-age ceremony can freely choose opponents to compete with. Such opportunities may not be easily let go by some people." Xiao Yan said, "The 4 commanders?" Xun'er nodded. "These 4 people are all above the strength of the 8-star Do Zun. Among them, the most likely to challenge you is the one called the Commander of Shura, Gu Yao." "Commander of Shura, Gu Yao." Xiao Yan slowly repeated it, then said, "The person just now should be him." Hearing this, Xun'er was also a bit surprised in her heart, and she didn't expect Xiao Yan to have noticed the breath of Gu Yao. Xun'er said, "Gu Yao has extraordinary talent and a rich bloodline of Do Di. Most people in the clan hope that I can marry him. Half a year ago, he even proposed this request to the elders. He will definitely make trouble for you at tomorrow's coming-of-age ceremony." Xiao Yan nodded gently, which was also a rare opportunity for him. If he failed, there might be no one in the Gu clan to support him anymore. Similarly, if Gu Yao failed, the matter between Xiao Yan and Xun'er would make it difficult for the elders to find excuses to make things difficult for them. So he must win this battle with Gu Yao. The night fell, and the cold moonlight sprinkled from the sky. On the top of the mountain, far from the hustle and bustle, a figure in white stood quietly, which was Little Fairy Doctor. "Aren't you resting yet?" Suddenly, a gentle greeting sounded on the mountain top, and a woman in a green dress walked slowly out of the forest. "Is this the Gu clan? In fact, it's not much different from the outside world." Little Fairy Doctor turned her head and looked at Xun'er, who was coming with a smile, and said, "But the pressure needed to be born here is far greater than the outside world." Xun'er sighed lightly, and after a while, she said, "Thank you for these years." Little Fairy Doctor did not hide too much from this girl who already knew her heart, and then she turned her head and looked at Xun'er and said, "Are you referring to Xiao Yan? I'm used to it, and I feel good to be able to help him by his side. Don't make arbitrary remarks. I like the status quo and don't want to change it." Xun'er smiled and reminded, "But if you don't say it, he may always be slow." Little Fairy Doctor did not commit, but looked at Xun'er and suddenly said, "I think you should know some other things, right?" Xun'er looked up at the stars all over the sky, and there was an indescribable emotion in her eyes. Which aspect are you referring to? Medusa or Qiong? You really know. So why pretend to know nothing in front of him? Little fairy doctor sighed. Can I still get angry in front of him and ask him to kill Qiong? Xun'er pursed her lips and said in a low voice, in fact, this kind of thing also makes me headache. Others hope that I will leave or even hate him because of this, but I know that is impossible. Since it is, why trouble yourself? She paused for a while, and then looked at little fairy doctor seriously and said, this kind of thing, I am waiting for him to take the initiative to tell me. At that time, I can't pretend to be strict and scold him. Let him understand that a man who is unfaithful will not have a good end. Then Xun'er said with a smile, well, tomorrow is the Gu clan's coming-of-age ceremony, and you should rest early too. I hope you can always accompany him in the future. And you? Little fairy doctor raised her eyebrows and asked. Xun'er did not answer, then waved her hand and turned to walk towards the bamboo house on the mountainside. When the first ray of morning light poured down from the sky, this ancient mountain range suddenly became lively. The door slowly opened. Did Brother Xiao Yan sleep well? Seeing Xiao Yan come out, Xun'er walked forward with a smile. The coming-of-age ceremony should start soon. Let's go. Then Xun'er's jade hand gently waved, and a snow-white unicorn flew out of the forest and stopped in front of them. A few minutes later, everyone arrived at the place with many palaces. With Xun'er's company, Xiao Yan and others undoubtedly became the focus of everyone's attention. At this time, there were many people seated in the square, but Xun'er's pace did not stop here, but went straight to the center of the square. When she walked into the area calmly, Xiao Yan and others who followed her were stopped by two warriors. Seeing this scene, Xun'er's face immediately changed. Miss, you don't need to embarrass them. This is a special area, only for clan members and specially invited people to enter, please understand. A faint smile came from the distance. Xiao Yan looked around and saw an old man standing with his hands on his back. This place was originally a more conspicuous place, especially with Xun'er here, making Xiao Yan instantly become the focus, and many people's eyes were a bit playful. Miss, my brother is right. Although Xiao Yan is your good friend, another voice came from the side, which was the elder Gu Qian who had taken action against Xiao Yan yesterday. Xun'er's face was cold, and the golden flame flickered slightly in her eyes. The frequent obstructions by these old guys obviously aroused her anger. Gu Qian, Gu Su. You two shameless old guys, bullying others I'm too lazy to care. But now you dare to bully to the head of Jian and Academy? Really think I'm made of mud? Just as Xun'er was about to explode, a familiar angry scolding came from the sky. When Xiao Yan learned that the mysterious old man he met in the Void Thunder Pool was the dean of the inner court of Jian and Academy, he was shocked and thought that the old man really didn't look like the legendary mysterious dean, but more like an old bandit who came out of a bandit's nest. An old figure appeared in everyone's sight. When this figure appeared, his arm raised, and two dou qi containing thunder light directly shot towards Gu Qian and the other two. Seeing this sudden attack, Gu Qian and Gu Su were also a little angry, but they did not refute, but quickly retreated. The two thunder dou qi, like meteors, cut through the sky. Just as they were about to hit Gu Qian and the other two, an invisible force spread from the space, just in time to catch the thunder light. Xiao Yan stared at the old figure descending from the sky, and when he saw a familiar face, he couldn't help but be stunned. Are you? This helpful old man was the mysterious old man he met in the Void Thunder Pool. Do you have any manners? Please call me Dean. The old man with the surname Meng, after hearing Xiao Yan's exclamation, scolded with a beard. Dean? Xiao Yan looked confused, thought for a while, and finally suddenly realized, looking at the old man in front of him with amazement, you are the dean of the inner court of Jian and Academy? Nonsense, besides me, who dares to call me Meng Tianqi? The old man's beard picked up, then he looked at Xiao Yan with a smile and said with satisfaction, not bad, that guy Su Qian didn't disappoint me this time, and finally taught a decent student. Xiao Yan's mouth couldn't help but twitch, his eyes fixed on the smiling old man in front of him, and for a while, he really couldn't associate him with the mysterious dean. When I met you last time, I didn't recognize you. After thinking about it for a long time, I remembered that you were the Xiao Yan that Su Qian often mentioned in the letter, Meng Tianqi patted Xiao Yan on the shoulder and said generously, "Since you are a disciple of Jianan Academy, and you are also a student who can enter my eye, I will cover you in the future if there is any trouble." Xiao Yan smiled bitterly, thinking that this old man really didn't look like that mysterious Dean. Xun'er, who was on the side, also finally came back to her senses from the shock and said with a smile, "Thank you, Mr. Meng. No big deal." Meng Tianqi waved his hand casually, his eyes turned around Xun'er and Xiao Yan, and said with a strange smile, "I was also wondering why they would make things difficult for you, this young man. It turns out that you have won the favor of the great lady of the Gu clan." Xiao Yan's face was a bit green, and Xun'er's cheeks also appeared a touch of faint blush. "Mr. Meng, this is not the territory of the Lei clan," the previously thundered Gu Qian and the other two, now with an angry expression, came forward and said in a deep voice. Meng Tianqi glanced at the two, and didn't even care, then his gaze turned to the void and said, "You also don't have to favor these two old men anymore, with your identity, to what a junior. It's a bit too petty." Gu Qian and Gu Su stepped down. A slight fluctuation in the void. An old man in a black robe with white hair appeared quietly, and then fell from the sky. He first made a slight bow to Xun'er, who looked indifferent, and then turned to Meng Tianqi with a helpless sigh. "Since you want to come forward, I'll give you a face this time." After speaking, the white-haired old man waved his sleeve and walked towards a seat not far away, but he never looked at Xiao Yan. "Still want to be cool in front of me?" Meng Tianqi curled his mouth, then looked at Xiao Yan, as if he wanted to say something but in the end just patted his shoulder and said, "You are really bold, knowing that someone in the Gu clan is targeting you. You still dare to come here. Su Qian mentioned you many times in the letter. Let me take more care of you if I see you. Thank you, Dean, for your guidance. Let's go." Meng Tianqi smiled, then turned and walked towards a seat. Xiao Yan hesitated for a moment, then quickly followed with Xiao Yixian and a few others who also looked bad, and sat down next to Meng Tianqi's seat. The old man just now is called Gu Shan. He is a senior elder of the Gu clan with a lot of prestige, and he is very influential in the Gu clan. But he is also resolutely opposed to us, Xun'er whispered after Xiao Yan sat down. While Xiao Yan and Xun'er were talking in low voices, his gaze swept across the area, and most of the people who could sit here were people with a certain reputation in the Gu clan. Among them, Xiao Yan saw a few familiar faces, which were the Huaxian and his group who had talked on the warship before. Then his gaze turned to the left side of the platform, where the young generation of the Gu clan was mainly located. In the crowd, he saw Gu Zhan, Lin Xiu, Lin Quan and other leaders of the Black Annihilation Army, and they were all gloatingly staring at him, which made Xiao Yan frown slightly. Just about to move his gaze away, his eyes suddenly locked on a figure in a corner in front of him. This person's hair was black and white, and his whole body was as cold as 10,000 years of Xin Bing, the commander of Shura, Gu Yao. Xiao Yan slowly exhaled, and the fist in his sleeve suddenly clenched. This person is the commander of Shura who poses the greatest threat to him, as Xun'er said. "Brother Xiao Yan, be careful of him." Just as Xiao Yan was staring at that cold back, Xun'er also noticed something and reminded him in a low voice. In front of Meng Tianqi stretched and said, "After the Xun'er ceremony, the heavenly tomb will open soon. Originally, you are qualified to enter, but there will definitely be elders obstructing. At that time, I will speak a few good words for this little guy. I believe that the old guys in the clan will not be too difficult for him on my face. If so, thank you very much, Mr. Meng. Aren't you deliberately letting me hear it?" Xun'er smiled and did not refute. "But Xiao Yan wants to enter the heavenly tomb. This pass must be passed smoothly. You should understand what I mean." Tianqi glanced at Xiao Yan with a slanting eye, and then raised his chin to the cold back in front, and said in a low voice, "As long as you can hold 100 rounds without defeat in the hands of that person, it is enough to seal the mouth of those old guys, and then it will be relatively easy to enter the heavenly tomb." Xiao Yan was slightly stunned and did not speak, but his fist in his sleeve unconsciously clenched. Suddenly, an ancient and melodious bell sounded in this world, and the time had come for the ceremony to begin. After the bell resounded, a solemn voice came from the void, and the powerful pressure contained in that voice made many people in the square gasp, "A true Do Sheng." As the solemn voice gradually faded away, three elders of the Gu clan stood up from the distant seats and walked slowly towards the center of the square. Here, various props needed for the coming-of-age ceremony have been prepared. The ceremony began, and when Lin Quan heard the call of the three elders, he immediately stood up, leaped into the field with a straight posture, and saluted the three elders. Although there are many young people in the Gu clan who are of age, few can accept the coming-of-age ceremony in this occasion, and these people are all the elite of the young generation of the Gu clan. So Lin Quan couldn't help but show a bit of complacency on his face. The solemn old man of the Gu clan waved his hand, and a huge star disk appeared in front of him. Lin Quan quickly stepped forward, pressed the star disk, and closed his eyes. As Lin Quan closed his eyes, the star disk suddenly burst into dazzling light, and 6 stars slowly appeared. Seeing these 6 stars, the old man of the Gu clan nodded with satisfaction, and then announced loudly, Lin Quan, the 7th leader of the Black Annihilation Army, with the strength of a 1-star Dozun, the bloodline level of 6, the Elders' Court decided to give him a golden clan mark. It's actually a golden clan mark. No wonder it's the 7th leader. Hearing the Elders' announcement, many people in the square immediately made envious noises. Hearing this, a trace of joy also flashed through Lin Quan's eyes, and he knelt on one knee, looking up and waiting. I saw an elder holding a golden pin, dancing a series of afterimages in the air, and then a mysterious symbol appeared on Lin Quan's forehead. What are the bloodline level and golden clan mark? Xiao Yan felt quite unfamiliar with these things, frowning and asking Xun'er. The bloodline level of the Gu clan is divided into 10 grades, with the 1st grade being the lowest and the 10th grade being the highest. Generally, only those with a bloodline of 4 grades and above are eligible to participate in the coming-of-age ceremony, and Lin Quan's 6 grades are already extraordinary, Xun'er explained with a smile. As for the golden clan mark, it is the final evaluation given based on the above conditions. This kind of clan mark is inherited from ancient times by the Gu clan, which can greatly enhance the bloodline power of the Gu people at critical moments, thus resolving crises. The clan mark is divided into 4 levels: silver, gold, purple, and colorful, with different colors representing different levels, and what Lin Quan got is the 3rd level golden clan mark. Is the clan mark so miraculous? Xiao Yan asked in surprise. Yes, it is said to have been created by the ancestors of the Gu clan, who reached the level of Do Di. However, after obtaining the clan mark, it still needs to be cultivated for a month to exert its power, Xun'er continued. Then can Xun'er's bloodline reach 10 grades and obtain the colorful golden clan mark? Xiao Yan smiled. Since I closed the cave last time, I have not tested my bloodline again, but 10-grade bloodline is known as a divine product, and it is rare to encounter in the Gu clan for thousands of years. As for the colorful golden clan mark, there is probably only one in the clan now, and it has been sealed for a long time, and no one has reached that requirement for a long time, Xun'er shook her head and said. While Xiao Yan and Xun'er were talking, a shout sounded again in the field. Then Lin Xiu immediately stood up, rushed to the stage with excitement. He followed the steps of Lin Quan before, but the number of stars on the star disk was still 6. 6th grade bloodline level, given the golden clan mark. After Lin Quan and Lin Xiu, other young strong people of the Gu clan with good strength took turns to appear, but no one's bloodline level exceeded 6. This also made Xiao Yan more aware that the promotion of the bloodline level of the Gu clan is indeed very difficult. Gu Zhan, the commander-in-chief of the Black Annihilation Army, with the strength of a 7-star Dozun and the power of a 7-grade bloodline, is given the purple gold clan mark. Just as Xiao Yan was getting impatient with the long process, the voice in the square suddenly paused. Hearing this name, Xiao Yan's heart was shocked, raised his head, and looked at the field. I saw Gu Zhan kneeling on one knee, calmly looking at the 3 elders who were talking in a low voice. After a while, the 3 elders finally stopped discussing, and a purple gold pin appeared in their hands, which turned out to be the purple gold dragon pin. When the elders saw the purple gold pin in their hands, the field immediately burst into an exclamation. The elders' court decided that Gu Zhan had extraordinary military achievements and a calm character, so he was given the purple gold clan mark. Then the energy in the palm surged, and the purple gold pin quickly crossed Gu Zhan's forehead, leaving a faint purple gold clan mark. Then he saluted the three elders and got up and returned to his seat. When he sat down, Guzhen looked at Xiao Yan and nodded slightly. For this relatively friendly move, Xiao Yan also responded with a smile. Just as he was about to speak, he suddenly felt the temperature around him drop sharply. Under this change of heaven and earth, Xiao Yan's gaze slowly moved and finally fixed on the cold back in front. One of the four commanders of the Gu clan, the commander of Xun'er, walked slowly to the field under the attention of everyone. He saluted the three elders and did not kneel like Lin Quan and Gu Zhan, but maintained an upright posture. For Gu Yao's behavior, the three elders did not show displeasure. Although Gu Yao's experience was not deep, he enjoyed a high reputation in the Gu clan, and coupled with his extraordinary strength, it was normal not to kneel. Then the three people looked at each other, waved their sleeves lightly, and a huge star disk floated in front of him. Gu Yao's palm touched the star disk, and there was a period of silence, and then the star disk suddenly trembled, followed by a burst of dazzling light. 1, 2, 3. When 8 stars slowly appeared on the star disk, the field burst into an exclamation, and it actually reached the 8th-grade bloodline level. No wonder it is one of the 4 commanders. I remember that mistested only 8 stars back then, but I didn't expect Commander Gu Yao to almost catch up with Mississippi. But that was a test a long time ago. Who knows how much Mrs. Bloodline has been enhanced now? The people of the Gu clan in the square all discussed and whispered, and the whispering spread rapidly. This guy really reached the power of the 8th-grade bloodline, and Xun'er looked at the figure in the field and sighed softly. The 3 elders in the field were also stunned by the 8 stars, and after a moment, they regained their senses, and a smile appeared on their serious faces. Gu Yao, one of the 4 commanders of the Black Annihilation Army, an 8-star Dozun, with the power of an 8th-grade bloodline, is given the purple gold clan mark. The complex runes quickly appeared on Gu Yao's forehead. The clan mark has been completed. Gu Yao, you can go down. However, before the elder's voice fell, the indifferent Gu Yao suddenly spoke. The elders were stunned, then frowned slightly and asked, "What's the matter?" Gu Yao said, "At the coming-of-age ceremony, am I qualified to challenge others at will?" Under the gaze of so many eyes, Gu Yao said lightly. As soon as this was said, Xiao Yan's palm on the seat clenched tightly, and what should come will come after all.